What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I've got for you some more stories from r/OlderThanYouThinkIAm. The other day I realized I hadn't posted a video on this subreddit in absolutely ages, so I made one and you guys seem to absolutely love it. So if you want even more after this video, then let's try and hit 5,000 likes. 5,000 likes and I'll drop another r/OlderThanYouThinkIAm video this week. I'm not his girlfriend, I'm his mum. When my son graduated from basic training last year, I found a place right next to the field to stand and watch. I had my daughters and youngest son with me, and there was a group of people next to us who were clearly all family. The mum of this family was standing next to me, and when my son marched by, I was bawling like any other proud parent there. She looks over to me and says, "I know you're proud to be with such a fine young man. You're a beautiful couple." I said, "Well, if I weren't his mother, it would be great. He's 21, I'm 40. And there we go, quick little story to get into this video. I think that's a big compliment, to be fair, to think that someone is, 21 years old when actually they're 40. This mum must be looking amazing. Let's move on. Karen thinks I'm too young to have tattoos and expects me to cover them in public. I'm a 29-year-old, about to turn 30, disabled female, and I look a lot younger than I am. My personality is what you might call young, which might have something to do with me appearing younger to others. I suffered a spinal cord injury and brain injury when I was 17. My spinal cord injury is obvious, as I'm in a wheelchair. My brain injury, on the other hand, isn't quite as obvious. Most people can't tell that I'm brain damaged, as I talk and act relatively normally. But my personality is eccentric. I can act normal when I'm out shopping or going to doctor's appointments and things like that, but around friends or talking to strangers and meeting new people, I'm a bit of a goofball, which probably plays a part in me seeming younger than I am. But my physical features also look much younger than I am. Up until I was 28, I've been mistaken for 18 to 19. This happened when I was 28 in 2018. I have 8 tattoos, all of which have a meaning about my life. The lily on my chest is about the sister I had that died before I was born. The spider on my arm is about me overcoming my fear of spiders. My phoenix tattoo is about me going skydiving in 2016. I have a fairy on my shoulder, another flower on my chest, and a few other small tattoos on my arm. That's not to say that all tattoos should have a meaning, that's just me. When I'm wearing long sleeves and a high neck shirt, you can't see any of my tattoos. In summer, however, they're out for the world to see. None of them are offensive, in my opinion, and I often get compliments about them. And then I met a Karen. It was a summer day, and I was downtown doing some shopping, wearing a 3/4 sleeve shirt with open shoulders, making all of my tattoos visible. It was hot as halls outside, so I just wanted to finish my shopping and get home to my aircon, and then it happened. I was in a grocery store grabbing a few things I needed when I got the feeling that I was being watched. I looked down the aisle and saw a middle-aged woman with what I now know to be a Karen outfit, staring at me with a face that would make Dolores Umbridge uncomfortable. I just smiled at her and went on with my shopping. But Karen said to me, "You should really cover those. It's not appropriate to have them out like that." I started looking around on my body, not knowing what she was talking about. Did I have a wardrobe malfunction I was unaware of? Huh? Excuse me? Your tattoos. Don't you think you're setting a bad example? I mean, it's bad enough that you have that many tattoos at your age, but flaunting them like that, show some respect. What? My age? What are you on about, lady? You're too young to have that many tattoos. You should have them covered in public. How old do you think I am? I'm 28, lady, and it's too flippin' hot to cover anything. Not that it's any of your business. The look of shock on her face grew even stronger as she heard me talking, which I guess made me seem even younger in her eyes. Don't you lie to me, young lady. Show me some respect. I'm trying to avoid the confrontation at this point. Whatever, lady. You have yourself a good day. Maybe pull that stick out of your clacker while you're at it. Bye. And I left the aisle, hoping that was the end of it. But the lunatic trailed behind me for a few minutes after that, while giving me a death glare the whole time. But thankfully, she lost interest pretty quickly and I lost sight of her. That was the weirdest interaction I've ever had with a Karen, or with anyone for that matter. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment that I look younger than I am, or be insulted that I act like a kid. Either way, I like the way I am and I wouldn't change it for anyone. And there you go, that is the important part, OP. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about you. Like, you're saying it yourself, you're clocked on, you know what's true, you know what matters in life. It's what you think about yourself. If you're happy with yourself and you're happy with your life, who cares about other people? Just try and get some people around you that do like you. That's a good thing, and you can probably call them a friend. But if anyone just random doesn't like you, who really cares? Just sack this Karen off, go on about your day, try not to think about it, and just, yeah, move on. Look, I know, of course, everyone cares about what other people think about them, but if you can try and minimize it as much as possible, then you'll have a better life. It's something I try and work on. It's hard though, isn't it? Like, you do think that other people are thinking bad things about you sometimes. It's a fact of life. You just gotta get used to it, I guess. But on this tattoo subject, surely to get a tattoo, you have to be of age. Usually, it's a legal requirement, I believe. So therefore, if you are old enough to get a tattoo, then surely you're old enough to flaunt it, show it off as much as you want. It doesn't matter what other people think. And also, what is wrong with showing off your tattoo? I don't have a problem with tattoos. Do you have a problem with tattoos? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, maybe if you have loads and loads of them, you might look a little bit weird, but that's not for me to say. If you enjoy tattoos, then yeah, show them off. You pay for them at the end of the day. It's your responsibility. You can do what you want with them. Now moving on to our third story. That time someone thought I lost my mum in a supermarket. This story is quite short, but it is still funny to me. I have way more stories because I get confused for someone between the ages of 10 to 13 constantly. But it's late and I just wanted to write this down before I forget to do so again. Just as a bit of information, I'm about 1.5 meters tall. I do have a high but quiet tone of voice, and I'm around 18. So legally, I'm an adult in my country and can do whatever I want. I was in a big supermarket chain before COVID with my mum and grandma because we were holiday shopping. Now, this supermarket chain isn't really a supermarket. You get a card for it if you own a business so you can go shop there. They sell food in large quantities and other items from toys to clothes to books for a reduced price. What is this place? I want to get involved. So I told my mum and grandma to go ahead because I wanted to look at the office supplies for a bit, just to see if I needed anything or would get a bigger package or better price for some stuff. I was there for quite a bit, walking around aimlessly, when I noticed some guy in his 20s with a woman also in her 20s. I didn't mind them much and just kept going mindlessly browsing through the same items for probably the 100th time, trying to remember if I need a new binder or not. About 5 more minutes pass when the guy, he shall be known as Confused Guy from now on, makes his grand entrance. The dialogue is translated, so it might sound weird. The Confused Guy says to me, "Excuse me? Yes, can I help you? Did you lose your mummy or granny? Me and my wife saw you walking around and you looked a bit confused." "Oh, no, I'm not, but thank you for asking." "Are you sure? We only want to help you and you look very lost." "Yes, I'm very sure, sir. In fact, I'm very sure I won't need my mummy or granny for shopping anymore since I'm 18. Now at this moment, the Confused Guy turned into Embarrassed Guy as he made a face that could only be described as utter confusion and never before felt shame. He looked like he hoped the ground would swallow him whole as he realized that he had just asked an adult woman if she was looking for her mummy and granny. His wife said nothing, but she walked away with him at a walking speed that almost broke the sound barrier. My family laughed at that so much because this had been the most absurd experience yet, and my mum had a field day telling this story to my relatives. Oh, that's a really nice story. You see, this is kind of why I sometimes prefer to read subreddits like this. It's a little more calm, relaxed, people mean well of each other rather than, entitled parents pro-revenge, where it's a little bit more dramatic and there's a bit more fighting, arguing going on. It's just nice to change it up once in a while. Yeah, you see in this story, these guys, they had the best intentions for you. It's embarrassing, but they were doing the right thing. They just thought you were younger than you really were. Obviously, that is the point of this whole subreddit. But yeah, they weren't being malicious or anything like that. They were just looking out for you. So I've got to say to them, fair play. If I was this guy though, I wouldn't feel too embarrassed about myself though. That you knew you were doing the right thing by doing what you did and trying to help someone who you genuinely thought was lost from their mum or granny. Quite a weird combination of people. Not sure why the guy chose those two in particular, but anyway. So yeah, overall, you got it wrong, but who really cares? Imagine if you hadn't said something and the kid actually had been a kid and had been lost. You would have been regretting it, thinking the rest of the day, oh, I really should have said something. And what if something had happened to the kid? It could have been a terrible experience. So don't feel embarrassed, I would say to the Confused Guy. And to OP, yeah, don't make them feel embarrassed about it. It was a genuine mistake. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode of r/OlderThanYouThinkIAm. If you do want more, as I said, 5k likes, not too many. To be fair, I want to keep the like target quite low because I want to do more of this. I'm really enjoying this subreddit at the moment, and these stories are just, you know, they're relaxed, they're nice, and they're overall just quite pleasant, which I'm a big fan of. If you don't want it, then just let me know down below, comment, leave a dislike, absolutely fine with me. Everything's good. If you didn't enjoy it, yeah, I'll move on to something else. If you do want more right away though, I've left the playlist up on screen next to the subscribe button. Make sure you are subscribed, notifications on, so you never miss one of my daily videos on my channel.